How do you spot for pull-ups? Do they just like grab your waist and they're like, here?
You can technically grab their waist and just like pick them up. Because I remember I used to tell mom.
How do you do that? That's so hard.
I don't know. I think mom cooks with like conditional love. But my nana is
Fucking bitch.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the HTS Podcast. My name is Oscar. This is my sister, Sofia. This is our podcast. It's called the HTS Podcast. HTS, no I. I don't know what I usually have something to say immediately after that. I just had to yawn.
Guys, we had so many technical difficulties in the beginning of this podcast. So, we really wanted to record.
I think my Wi-Fi
Chill
just
out,
sucks.
Cyrus.
I think it was all just
I
that.
agree.
Because as soon as I just connected it to my hotspot, it was fine. But
Anyways.
All right,
what's
so
up?
Sophia doesn't have any topics because
How's
she's
the
a
life?
fucking bum. So
I'm
I have
here for the
topics,
vibe.
So we're going to talk about them. I
What's up?
have been waiting to tell you this story all week because it happened like on Wednesday or Tuesday or some shit, right? I've been meeting more people at the gym, saying hi, what's up, this, that, blah, blah, right? There's this one guy who, like, I know who he is, and I've seen him there a lot, and I've said what's up a lot, but I haven't had, like, any actual, like, conversation. It's always just been, hey, fist bump, what's up, fist bump, how's it going, whatever, not much more than that, right? So then there was
his name
a day,
Andrew?
okay, that was stupid and not even funny. And even if it was Andrew, we wouldn't say it, so shut up.
Andrew Glauber?
Anyways, I was there and I was in the gym and I was working out, and then I was like, okay, I was doing back, right? And I was gonna do pull-ups, and I haven't done pull-ups in a long time because I haven't been able to. But I was like, I could try a couple just to like change it up, just to like, they're fun, blah blah blah, whatever. I might need a spot because I can't do that many by myself, right? So then I was like, let me ask someone for a spot.
How do you spot for pull-ups?
Anyways.
Do they just like grab your waist and they're like, here?
So I was like, I need a spot. Let me ask somebody. I don't know anybody in the gym that well to where it's just like, yeah, that's the homie. Like,
hey, bro.
Yo, come here real quick. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be like a proposal, no matter who I ask, right? So then,
on one knee.
that's fine. So then that guy was there, right? And I had again, like I said, I had already said hi a couple times, right? I didn't know him at all. And so then I kind of went up to him, and he was kind of walking back from the paper towels or some shit. Hold on, I gotta pick this shit. There we go. I walked up to him in the gym, and I was like, yo. And he had his headphones on. I was like, yo. He was like, huh? And I was like, you mind spotting me real quick on some pull-ups? He was like, yeah, And I was like, oh, thanks. And so we walk over to the pull-up bar, right? And the thing is, I had already tried to do a pull-up by myself on the pull-up bar before I asked for help. And I confirmed my suspicions that I couldn't do one. Like, I had tried to do one, and it was really, really hard. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to do a set of more than one, I'm going to need some help, right?
Yeah.
So then I go, and he's there. And then I guess I do have to explain how you spot people. It's dumbass.
Thank
Sophia
you.
doesn't know. So
you lock eyes.
you can technically grab their waist and just like pick them up. But not everybody cares to do it that way. What most people do is like, I'm hanging right, and I'll cross my feet and bend my knees. You know what I mean?
And do they grab your knees?
And then they put their hands like on where your shoelaces are.
Or under your feet?
Under your feet where your shoelaces are. Oh my God. I knew explaining this with clear, concise words was not going to fucking work for you.
No. Okay.
You're making me stand up on this fucking knees. Chair. You cross your feet.
I get it. You
and
cross
bend
your
knees. It's very
and
simple.
And bend your knees.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I get it now. I get it.
And then they put their hands underneath your feet.
On the shoelace. Okay. I get it.
And then
you
they
didn't have to
help pick you up like
one.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyways, hold on. My notifications are on. Let me see if I could go on. Do not disturb.
It depends on their intentions. If they grab your waist, they're trying to fuck you. If they grab your shoes, they're just being homies, They grab your calf.
That doesn't make sense. That's on the top. How are you going to help?
Exactly.
Shut up.
They're just like wanting to fuel you.
Okay, that's good.
I know.
Okay. So I get up there.
I'm caught up now.
In my head, I know I couldn't even do one that well by myself right now. So I get up on the bar and I officially hang and pick my feet up for him to help. And I was waiting for him to help the whole time. Because if you can do pull-ups, you don't really need a spot. You know what I mean? If I'm capable of doing a set of 5, I'm not going to ask someone to spot me so I can do 8.
Oh my God. She's just looking at you, waiting for you to
Most people
fall.
aren't going to ask for help. If they can do a set of whatever, they'll just do as much as they can, and then that's kind of it, right? So I thought it was maybe kind of clear. If I'm asking for a spot from the beginning, right? I get up there, and I start hanging, and I put my hands a little wider than, I had before. I put my hands wider than I did when I tried it by myself, which means it should be harder, but that's okay. Fuck it, I have help.
You have a spot.
I put my hands,
except your spots
I pick my feet up, and there's mirrors in front of us, right? And I look at him in the mirror, and this motherfucker was just like this, with his arms crossed, and he was just staring at me like...
He was staring at your butt. He got so distracted.
No, he was looking at me in the mirror, Sophia. Oh, you're not understanding what's happening, and then now you're making jokes, and you're taking it a completely different direction. Shut up.
I get it. He's staring.
He's looking back at me in the mirror, and he was just like this, not giving a fuck. He was just like, "Go, motherfucker!"
Let me see how much you struggle, so I know how much to help you.
And so, immediately, just looking at him, I understood that he was waiting for me to do what I can, and then he'll help me when I need help. In my head, I was like, I need help now, bro. But I didn't want to tell him, yo, I need help now. I can't even do this shit. So out of pure shame and embarrassment, I did 6. I did 6 by myself. But on the wider grip and everything, which was crazy to me because, when I did that first one, I really just, went for it. I was like, fuck it. We're just going to try and do what we can. And so I think I went for it, a little more. And that first one felt solid. I felt good. And then I did 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 6 felt solid. Good speed. Wasn't too difficult. I got all the way up. It was good, right? And then 7 came along. And I was like, right? A little struggling.
And is that when he finally...
And then 8 came along. And 8, I was like, I didn't even fully complete 8. And in my head, I was like, is this motherfucker going to help me?
I was about to say, that's happening in my head too. Is he just watching you struggle?
Yes. He's just watching me. The whole time, he's just standing there like that, watching me struggle. And I was like, okay, I get.
Did you say anything?
I get that I should do what I can, and then he'll help me when I need help to help me kind of cross that boundary of what I'm capable of. Fine.
But
I'm clearly fucking struggling a lot right now, and this motherfucker has not moved a fucking muscle. Like that.
And
so I go back down from 8, and then I look at him in the mirror, and I was kind of like,
bitch.
And I just kind of gave him a little nod, okay, now you help me. And he was like, okay, I guess, right? And then he helped me do 3 more or some shit. And then, from what I can tell, because that dude makes content with some other people, he does the camera work for other people. So I watch those other people's videos. He's come out in some of them. He talks every now and then, right? He seems like a real manly motherfucker, really traditionally masculine, of just tough and shit. So then he helped me, right? And then as soon as we stopped, he just left. He just started walking away. But I was like, but I'm still I'm still trying to be friendly and still trying to just make conversation with people because I think I officially have a friend or two in LA. But I still, generally speaking, don't know a lot of people, right? So then I get off right away, and I kind of just followed him. Because I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to tell him, yo, I was expecting you to help. That was really funny, blah, 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 blah. And oh, well. So then I went, and then I was like, dude. And he kind of turned, and I was like, I thought you were going to help me, on the very first one. And I was like, and then you just stared at me. And then I kind of chuckled because it was funny. And he kind of chuckled too. And then he was like, nah, bro, you got to work for that shit. And I was like, yeah, I figured that out. Fucking guy.
That's so funny.
I thought it was hilarious, but then
no, you gotta work for that shit.
But then also, or he was like, you gotta work for it.
Bitch.
And then I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But he didn't know that I had already tried one and I had already had a hard time. So, which is why I was expecting help from the beginning, you know? Anyways, I thought that shit was hilarious. I'm gonna drink some of my
Shame works so good, you know? Embarrassment, great motivation. Fucking, do I just go? Okay, I guess I'll go. Nah, but like, your body's just funny. Like, because I was thinking about that, right? How you tried, couldn't do it. Tried a harder one. He's like, go, bitch. And you're like, oh, fuck, I got to go. And then you go, right? So then I'm thinking about how, like, have you seen that video of a mom, like, picking up a car? Because, like, their kid's, like, under it. It was, like, this whole thing. And it was just, like, the adrenaline fucking, like, yeah, like, and she could do it. You think she could do that just regularly? Like, nah. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of crazy. Like, how your body is like that, you know? Not saying that, you know, doing pull-ups is the same equivalent as, you know, your child being under a car, but...
Anyways. Pure shame and embarrassment. I did 6, and they felt good. Like, here's the thing. I got to 6, and I was like, do I even need a spot?
Oh my God.
And then I got to 7, and I was like, fuck, yes I do. Anyways, second set, I asked someone else for help.
You're like, man, fuck that.
Well, because he left right away, too. So I was like, okay, he's not hanging out to just, you know, help me out. Which, like, that's fine. He was working out and
Fair
shit,
enough.
Too. Yeah. So I asked someone else for help. And then I told him, I asked someone else who I was a little more familiar with. And then I told him the little story. And I was like, dude, this motherfucker just stared at me. And I was like, oh, fuck, okay. And then I went and I tried to do, I could only do like one by myself on the second set. And then he helped me on the rest. But it was chilling. Anyways, that was hilarious.
That's funny. Bruh, I feel like it gotta be another kind of, like, social to just be, like, at the gym asking random strangers for help. You know what I mean?
Nah, like, I think that's, like, within the gym, that's not that crazy of a request.
And I'm sure it's not. But you see, for me, personally, if I was at the gym and I wanted to do this one thing really bad, but I needed a spot and I didn't know anyone there, I would just not do the thing and be like, oh, well, that's life. You know?
Be in better
shape,
Go
with someone
bitch.
I know next time. But yeah, fucking work towards that shit in other ways. Like, nah, but pull-ups are crazy. Like, I don't even think I could do a pull, you know? Like, I think I could, like, I couldn't even, you know what I mean? I think I would just, like, hang and then eventually, like, meh. You know? Hey, have you ever... This used to happen to me all the time when we were kids. You remember when you had the little pull-up door thing?
Pull-up bar in the doorway, yeah.
I remember I would always, like, just, like, go on it. Right? I don't know why. Could I do pull-ups then? Also no. Did I just, like, hanging and swinging from there? Yeah. You know? And I remember this happened, like, more than once. Like, every time I would go, I'd be like, let's see if this is gonna happen or not. Like, that's how often it occurred.
Like, you're gonna pick up Thor's hammer or some shit. Like, let's see if we can fucking...
No, not with pull-ups, though. I'm getting to what would happen.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought you meant every time, like, every now and then you would walk up to the pull-up bar and you would be like, let's see if we do one this time. Like,
no, I already knew I couldn't. But I would go. And, like, I liked, like, I guess, like, just, like, I would just, like, dead hang on it, I guess. Like, meh.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I would get really, like, lightheaded and dizzy. And I remember it was several times where I would go, and then I kind of don't remember what happened. And the next thing I remember, I'm, like, laying on the floor, like, oh, I think I got all lightheaded. And then I would just, like, whatever, moving on.
What the fuck? You would pass out from hanging on that shit?
Yeah. Often enough to where, like,
I wasn't freaked out.
I wasn't freaked out. I was just like, oh, happened this time. Hopefully it won't next. Moving on. You know what I mean? But I don't know why. Like, I never found out why. And actually, it's actually crazy that I'm saying that right now. Not because, you know, that's a crazy thing, which, not that it's not. But, oh my God, yeah. Maybe I should get that checked out. Because just the other day, actually, like, here, recently, in adult me life, the other day, I was, like, stretching. And I got, you know how sometimes you stretch really good and it's like, you can feel like, it's like, yeah, like, you can feel it. It's a good stretch. You get me?
Stretch,
yeah. And so I was stretching like this, where, like, I had my hands like locked.
See, do it right now. Let's see if you pass out.
No.
Do it.
I don't.
Bro, you know how viral we would go? Just do it. Come on, you're in the
God.
comfort of your own home, sitting in a chair. What's gonna happen?
Okay, fine. I don't think I'm gonna pass out. To be fair, I didn't. Think I was then
pass
either.
out. If you pass out,
oh my God, no! There's so many.
I'm gonna.
There's so many sharp shit. No, because the thing is, I didn't like actually pass out this one time, which is what I was getting at. I went like this, right, and then I tilted my head back like this, and then I could feel myself like getting lightheaded. And I'm sure this was stuff that I felt then, but I didn't like.
But at the time, you thought you were just like, it was just strength.
I was like, I'm free.
Your body,
yeah. Yeah, or something. And so I went like that, and then I felt it, and I like kneeled down, and then I sat down. I feel like my head looked funny when it popped up right there. Anyways, and then I just like sat down on the floor in my apartment, and like was just like, what the heck? And then I stopped feeling dizzy, and then I just went on with life. But yeah. Anyways, has that ever happened to you before?
No.
Like, oh, I don't know what that means, but
you might have
some Sofia lore.
Just kidding. I was gonna be like, you might have a condition. That's so crazy. I used to go and I would hang on there, and then I would just like end up on the floor or wake up on the floor.
Honestly, I feel like it has to do with like an iron thing, like in your blood, like a low iron. Because remember when I was really young, I would always get nosebleeds.
Oh, yeah.
Like always.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wonder if it has something to do with that. I mean, not a big enough one that it didn't like fucks up with my stuff like
Is
now.
that a cutie?
Like
eat it right. Eat it the way. No.
I just can't imagine.
No, eat it the way I eat it.
No, you fucking freak. Anyways, point is, I think I might have an iron deficiency, but I don't know. Kim, is that a thing where it's like it could be worse when you're a kid and then not so much when you're older? Because other than that other time, like I really can't think of like.
I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know
anything else recently. You get me?
I mean, there are things you can grow out of, like asthma and shit.
I used to be allergic to cats. You know.
She's crazy. She is allergic to cats. She just doesn't give a fuck, and she's just kind of built up a tolerance because she just loves cats.
I'm immune now.
Anyways. Speaking of the gym, also, there was this one machine. So all of the machines at the gym I go to, at Zoo, they're heavy as fuck. Like, because there's
you don't want to steal them.
Because there's the machine itself, and then there are the places where you add weight. Like, take off those strings, and then you eat it. And you gotta poke your finger through the middle to get all that shit out of there.
Like a whore?
Yeah.
Just.
There's the machine. And then there's the weight that you add on to the machine to make it more difficult, right? The machine itself, without any weight, all of the fucking machines at Zoo are fucking heavy, right? And so there was this one machine for kind of like a T-bar row thing. And I never used it before, and I was like, fuck it, we'll change it up. I'll use that shit. Do something a little different, whatever. So I go to the machine, and I start using it. Just the machine itself, just to kind of get a feel for it, adjust it to like my
preferences,
specifications, because you can adjust it depending on how tall you are, how wide you want your grip to be, that type of shit, right? Adjusting it for all that shit, and that shit was heavy as fuck. Just the machine by itself, and I was like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I need to put. Just a weak bitch. And I was like, I need to put weight on this, and I was like, okay, and then I fucking went and I put weight on it, and then I tried to do the exercise like that. That shit was a lot. And I was like, man, I wanted to do at least that much. I don't think it's working out. I put 25s on there. And then I took the 25s off. I had just fucking 10s.
Pounds or the Ks?
Oh, pounds. 2 25-pound plates on both sides. No, one on each side.
Okay.
So then I took them off and I
two in total.
I put 10s because I was like, fuck no, I'm not doing just the machine. But oh well, I'll just do the 10s. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the biggest guy in the gym anyways, right? So then I was doing the 10s, and some guy that I had just met earlier that day, he's like a trainer. He walked by, and I think he just saw the 10s on there. No, because he was like, bro, that's the fucking heaviest machine ever. And I was like, right? This shit's heavy as fuck. Like, I'm over here with the 10s like a little bitch, but like, that shit was fucking heavy. And he was like, that machine is so humbling. Because you'll try and just like, usually with certain machines, you can do a lot of weight, or like it's not uncommon to do a lot of weight if you're decently strong. And he's like, that machine? Fuck no. It's so hard. Like, and I was like, okay, thanks.
Basically, you're not a bitch. He's like, don't worry.
Nah. I've seen motherfuckers do a lot more than that. But then a lot of dudes don't, like, they'll ego lift to where, like, they just don't want to look like a bitch and they don't want to have small weights on there. So then they'll do more weight than they're really capable of. And they'll just, like, they'll have bad technique shit, you know? So anyways, that also happened. But yeah, fuck that machine. Nah, I'm just kidding. Actually, I like it. But, so I don't think I've told you this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna be yapping the whole fucking episode today because Sophia's a bum and she didn't write anything down. And then she'll just like come in every now and then with something I say reminds her of something to say.
Nuh-uh.
Okay,
see, I said the whole pull-up story.
Eat it already.
No, there's still a lot of strings.
Who cares?
I care. I don't want strings in my mouth.
You can't even really like taste them.
You can feel it. It's
okay, yeah. I don't peel off the strings like to that extent that you're doing right now.
Yeah, I know you didn't because you're a fucking freak.
You take off every single fucking string on every single one of those?
Yeah.
You're such a child.
You don't?
You're such a fucking child. Anyways.
I'm not a child.
Anyways.
I'm a diva.
Anyways. So, I don't think I told you this. I had thought, oh shit.
Oh my god, no way.
I'm trying to think of what you do or don't know. So, I thought of an idea, right? Where I was telling mom that I want to ask my nana to basically just like write me a cookbook of just a bunch of Mexican shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask her to write it in Spanish. So I have to be a fucking Mexican and like learn it and read it a little bit in order to cook the shit.
You're just gonna be calling mom all the time.
Nah, I got Google Translate.
Ooh, mom, he hates you.
Anyways, so I was like, I want to ask my nana to write a cookbook with a bunch of Mexican recipes, and I want it to be handwritten, and I want it to be all in Spanish, right? Because I don't really speak Spanish that well, and my grandma doesn't really speak English that well. That's who our nana is. Anyways,
our grandma.
So then I had told mom about that, right? And she was like, all right, I'll tell her. And then I told Big O about how I told mom, and he was like, why don't you tell her? And I was like, I don't live there. And he was like, you're going to be here in May for Sophia's graduation. I was like, I didn't want to wait until then, but okay. So then we go, right, in May. At your graduation party when she was leaving, I told her, you make a book, Mexican stuff, this, that, blah, 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 right? And then Betty actually reminded me to ask her to put this like marinated chicken recipe shit that she does. That shit's delicious. I haven't had it in a long time, but that shit's delicious. So anyways, that's all that, right? I told her. I think she's going to do it. I was telling Celeste about this. Celeste is our older sister. And she was like, oh, yeah. She was like, I was like, yeah, I was asking my nana, cookbook, blah, blah, this, that. And Celeste was like, oh, yeah, I love the way my nana cooks. And I was like, I honestly don't remember it like that much. Like, I know I've had it, but it doesn't like stick out in my mind, right? And she was like, no, yeah, my nana cooks the best. She was like, she cooks better than mom. And I was like, word? Because mom cooks pretty damn well, right? And she was like, yeah, it's hilarious. Because I remember I used to tell mom.
How do you do that? That's so hard.
In the middle of my fucking story, bro. Hard. So lately I've developed the habit of peeling cuties and then just putting the whole fucking thing in my mouth like that. And I keep telling Sophia to do it. And she's having a really hard time. It's all juice. Okay, anyways. So I'm telling Celeste, and Celeste was like, yeah, my nana cooks way better than mom. Like, whatever. And she was like, I remember when we were kids, I used to tell mom, like, to her face, yeah, nana's food is better. Like, I like her food better. Like, could you cook it like that? Or, like, someone had asked at one point, like, whose food do you like better? And she was like, no, I like my nana's. Like, whatever. And I was just laughing, right?
That's kind of crazy work.
And then she was telling me that her boyfriend, right, he likes mom's cooking a lot. Because he's like, no, yeah, like, you can tell your mom cooks with love. And then Celeste was like, I don't know. I think mom cooks with, like, conditional love. But my nana...
Fucking bitch. That's so funny.
She was like, my nana, she cooks with unconditional love. That's why it's so much better.
Damn.
It was so fucking
That's so funny.
It was so good.
It is funny.
Which I didn't know Celeste was such a bigger fan of my nana's cooking than mom's. Because here's the thing.
I didn't either, actually.
Like we said, my mom cook her ass off. And there are very few things that my mom makes that we don't love. There are things that I don't like, but I don't like them no matter who makes them. Not just because like, oh, this is how my mom makes it. You know what I mean? Like enchiladas, I don't really care for enchiladas across the board. The only thing I can think of that I don't like the way my mom makes it specifically is the fucking ham for Thanksgiving. But that's just because like she makes that one specific recipe. I think if she just made it another way, she could make it well. So I don't think it's that I don't like the way she makes it. It's I think that I don't like that recipe.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
but
I know
wrong,
she says she's tried to make it the way our aunt makes it. I don't believe that shit. I think she got it wrong. But anyways.
It's because our tia makes the ham for turkey. The ham for Thanksgiving every year. And it's just so good. Like, it's so good. And then when COVID happened, we couldn't have Thanksgiving together because, like, COVID, right? So my mom made the ham. And all of us were like,
It's because she puts these...
It's not the same.
It's because she puts ginger snap cookies on the outside and shit. And those cookies are ass. And I'm like...
I don't get me wrong. Well, Oscar just straight up didn't like it. I liked it. I still liked my tia's better. But anyways.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it. Anyways.
I thought when you were first telling the story about the cookbook and all that, I thought you were going to say that mom was like, well, I could make you a cookbook. And I thought you were going to be like, nah, I don't want that shit.
Nah.
Which was going to...
But low key, I'm going to offer my copy of my nana's cookbook to Celeste because I'll be like, here, I know you don't want mom's shit.
I'm dead. But no, I thought that's where this was going. And I was about to be pissed. They say, we're going to rehash, whatever the terminology is, some of the past things that I've complained about several times. And I know I've complained about it on here again. I know I've complained it on here, but I'm going to complain on here again about it. They say I'm hard to shop for Christmas. Fucking lie.
No, we don't.
Okay? No. Yes, mom has repeatedly, okay, maybe not you, but everyone else in the family has said that I'm hard to shop for Christmas. But anyways, I'll always like give hints on what I want. And I've straight up told mom. I was like,
I'm sorry, real quick, for 1 second, just so we can make this a clip, because I don't think we made it a clip on the Christmas episode. I know it's July, but this happened to come up in conversation. Sofia actively listens to all of us and like takes notes and like writes shit down so that she can get us shit that we want for Christmas. And then she consciously gives us hints around Christmas time of like, oh, I would really like this, or oh, I want to get that, or this or that or whatever. And then she won't get it for herself because she gave us the hint so that we could get it for her. And apparently, I don't believe her, none of us pick up on those fucking hints.
It's only worked once. Only once. And it happened after I told this of me just saying stuff. And it happened with Big Oscar, our dad, where he got me that cereal cup thing. I was so happy. Ask me how many times I use that.
All the fucking time?
No, I don't. Ask me what my favorite Christmas present is.
That shit?
That fucking thing. I fucking love it. I will never... I do.
That shit is amazing. Like, go get it. Go get
amazing.
it. Have we displayed it on the podcast? Have we explained how it works?
I think so.
Go get it anyways. I just realized I'm chewing and talking, which...
Yeah, you nasty fuck.
I do that in real life. Like, fuck it. But to do it
Our sister hates it.
I know, dude. To do it on the mic is kind of another, like, that's another level. Like, no, I forget. Do you ever forget how much you hated living with your siblings when you're an adult? Because then, like, every now and then you'll be back around those siblings, and then all of the same problems you had through your childhood start like bubbling back up, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, I can't fucking stand you. Our older sister, her like, it's one of her biggest pet peeves when she can hear people chewing or when they're talking while they're eating, right? I, as I'm sure you can guess, always did that shit growing up.
What? No.
And she always bitched at me for it, right? And I haven't lived with her for fucking 11 years or some shit. I haven't lived in the same house as her. How long has she been moved out? She's already
11 years?
She moved out at 18, bro.
God damn, she's old.
Right?
That's
she's
crazy.
Already, how fucking old is she? 27, 28? 10 years. More like 9 or 10 years, right? I haven't lived with her. I haven't lived in the same house for 9 fucking years, right? And just this last time that I was in town, we were hanging out, and then we were eating or this or that. We went out to eat or some shit. And then she like bitched at me the same way she always used to, where she was like, stop talking with your mouth full. And I was like, I tried to just be cool, but I so badly wanted to be like, hey, go fuck yourself. I'm fucking grown. I'm going to do what I fucking want. We're not living in the same household anymore. You're not fucking babysitting me. Fuck off. Like, I was so fucking like, yeah, I was furious. Like,
it's so funny because the curiosity that he felt was the same curiosity she felt when she heard him. And I was just there, being perfect as always, because I'm the perfect sibling. And there's absolutely nothing wrong that I do.
But you know what I mean?
Anyways,
like all that type of bullshit you used to deal with when you had when your siblings lived in the same house, and then you stop dealing with it because they moved away, but then they come back for a second, and you're like, oh, you still do that shit?
It's called the Crunch Cup. So let me explain how it works real quick.
Okay? This cup is amazing.
It is amazing. I love it. Actually, I should probably start using it more. Like,
I'm surprised you don't use that shit.
I was about to say because I think I might use it for like my breakfast meal prep. Anyways, this is a cup. It has 2 parts. This part and this part. And then this part is right there into here, right? So you put the milk here. Then you put the cereal in here. But you don't fill the milk all the way. There's a little line right here that tells you like where to fill it to. And then you put it like this, right? And there's a little hole right here that lets you get the milk from in here. And so you drink the milk, and then this little thing covers it here. There we go. With the hole right there so that cereal's not spilling completely out. But then you can like cover this with your tongue, like, and then you open your mouth to let the cereal like come in, like, right? And then you stop plugging it with your tongue, and then take some of the milk out, and then you'll have crunchy cereal that's never soggy.
So like, you know how you could put cereal in a cup and then just kind of eat the cereal? It's like that, but with the milk too. Here's the thing. She explained it to me, and I was like, this is fucking dumb, right? And then she was like, nah, it's cool, try it. And then I tried it. And if you just drink like the whole thing, because the cereal hole is so big and the milk hole is so small.
Oh yeah, you could do it at the same time.
You could do it at the same time to where you get cereal and milk in the cup, drinking it on the go. And the ratio of cereal to milk was perfect. I was like, what the fuck? This is amazing. And then I never used it again. But like, that shit's cool. You should, if you're a cereal guy and if you want to be on the go.
If you're a real big cereal, yeah.
You want to be on the go, that shit's
100% agree. So there's that. They also like said you could do other stuff in it, like just juice and like snacks. Like it doesn't have to be cereal, but like it's really cool for cereal, you know? Anyways, I like it. This is my favorite gift that my dad's ever gotten me. I love it. I don't know if I've ever told him this, actually. I don't use as much love as I have for it. You would think I use it more. But anyways, this is one of the ones where I said that would be cool. And then he got it. And I was like, this is fucking amazing. I was so happy. Anyways. Oh, I'm so surprised
he got that shit.
Back to the...
Hold on, sorry, real quick. Back to what?
No, back to the original topic.
No, well, see, my topic is still on this.
Oh my God.
My dad always had this thing where if he didn't like the thing itself, he wouldn't buy it for you. So like this shirt, if he was going to buy me a shirt and this was the shirt in question and he doesn't like this shirt, he wouldn't buy it for me, even if he believed I would like it, right? We don't know why. That's how he had always been our entire lives, right? So
even if we said we really, really want
even if it was like, oh,
stupid,
I like that shit. I want that shit. And he'll just be like, why do you like that shit? No. That shit's whack. And it's like, but that's the one I want. And then he'll just give you a hard time. I don't know about you, but for me, like he would get it because for a long time we've had different tastes. And like, if he just buys shit without me being there, he'll buy shit that he likes. But if I'm there, I'm like, no, I like this shit. And he's like, and he'll very reluctantly buy it for me. But I'm like, I like it. Like this is
but that's different. That's you guys shopping together.
Yeah. But if it's just him by himself, he will buy shit that he likes. So the fact that he bought you that shit, I'm like, what the fuck? That shit,
maybe he likes it.
That shit still blows my mind. No, he doesn't. He would never use that a day in his life.
Okay, just because he wouldn't use it doesn't mean he doesn't like it.
Yes, it does.
I know. Anyways, no, I love it. It's great. Amazing. But back to the original topic. I thought you were going to be like, I'll tell you if you shut up.
Okay, go
back
tell
to the
me.
original point. Oscar was saying how like, oh, I'm gonna ask my nana make me the cookbook, and I thought mom was gonna be like, nah, why can't I make you one? And then I was gonna get pissed because I gave up on giving just hints. I still give hints, but one time in a moment of weakness, I was like, I'm just gonna tell you explicitly what I want, okay?
In a moment of weakness.
And I told my mom, I was like, I want, because this was right before I moved to Minnesota. I told her, I was like, I want a cookbook with all of your recipes, but I want actual measurements. Because the way our mom teaches us to cook, she'll be like, you put a little bit of this. You put, no, not even a little bit of this. She'll say, like, you put this of pepper and like.
She'll show you and she'll be like,
of salt.
That much salt, that much pepper, whatever.
And I'm like, give me a number. Give me a number. Right? So I told her, I was like, I want a mom's recipe, but with actual numbers. And she was like, okay. You know what I still don't have? A mom's recipe book with numbers. And I told her, it doesn't even have to be fancy. You could write that shit in the freaking your notes and like send me screenshots and I'll be happy. You know what screenshots I don't have? That. And I'm pretty sure she's forgotten about it, to be honest. But anyways, point is, my family doesn't listen to me, and it makes me sad.
I'll tell you guys later. Yeah, that sucks. Nobody likes you.
I didn't say everybody didn't like me, but whatever. I just said my family. Not that makes it better.
What the hell did I get you for
Oscar,
Christmas?
they're coming for
I got
you.
you the catching shit.
Yeah, it's cool.
You should show them how the cup works.
I don't have cereal or milk.
She doesn't even like that cup. She's lying.
I love the cup.
No, she don't. Anyways, speaking of this shirt, dude. It's a Felipe Esparza shirt. Here's the problem. We went to see him in El Paso, and I decided, we were all there, and then we were like thinking about getting merch, and then I was gonna get something, but I was gonna get the sweater, and then like in a complete brain fart moment, I got the shirt.
You got the shirt. Well, what's wrong with the shirt?
Well, I like sweaters better because sweaters you can just wear like a little more regularly, like more. Yeah, but isn't it hot over there? Not in the winter, dumbass. And I was still living in El Paso at the time.
How long even is the winter over there?
Oh. I don't even know, bro. It's like it's super chilling right now.
Like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Anyways, why are you bringing up your shirt? Was that it?
I don't have any more topics.
Oh my god. So why'd you bring up the shirt? He brought up the shirt like it was gonna be this like big old fucking.
I was gonna tell more. Shirt. I was gonna tell more of the story, but honestly, Mom and Big O bought me this shirt, and then I kind of felt like a noob because I was like, yeah, my parents still buy shit. So then I just didn't want to
what
tell
a
the whole
fucking
story.
noob.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, what a loser. Everyone calls Oscar a loser.
Oh, I'm cutting all of this out because you already started making fun of me for not having a topic. So you have a topic.
Okay, I have a topic. Oscar, would you rather have? I don't know. I try to.
You fucking idiot.
So I'm so bad at coming up with things on the fly like that. Like when I'm put on pressure, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll just have stupid thoughts in my head and then I voice them and then people are like, what? Doesn't make sense, right? But then like when you tell me, hey, you have stupid thoughts sometimes, tell me a stupid thought. I'm like, I have stupid thoughts. I don't know. And then I can't think of any of the stupid thoughts that I've had in my head. Guys, did you know Oscar's going to come visit me for the 4th of July?
Bro, you keep saying that and you keep like hinting it. And I feel like you're going to be a little disappointed when I don't go. Because I told you already that I'm not going.
Guys, he's just trying to surprise me. Throw me off the trail.
I kind of feel bad though, because here's the thing: this episode isn't going to come out until after the 4th of July because of our current kind of situation going on with the podcast. But
predicament.
This is towards the beginning of June that we're recording this, right? Sofia keeps telling me to go visit her for the 4th of July. I already told her that I'm going back to Texas for the 4th of July. And in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go visit the family. And then some of the family from Phoenix might be going for the 4th of July. So like, you know, we'll all be there. And then
I'm working overnight at the hospital.
Yeah, Sophia has to work. She doesn't have the vacation time. So I'm like, Sophia's grown. She's gonna be in Minnesota. But then Sophia keeps telling me to go visit her for the 4th of July. And I had told her, like, I'm not. But then she keeps telling me. And then I'm like, is she trying to like hint that like she doesn't want to be alone and like would really appreciate it if I go visit her for the 4th of July? And
oh my God, you're gonna come visit me for the 4th of
am
July because you don't want me to be alone?
Like obligated to genuinely consider going to visit her for the 4th of July?
And we're gonna pop fireworks and I'm not gonna spend the first 4th of July alone? What? You're so considerate.
And if I don't genuinely consider going to visit her, is she gonna be sad?
Am I gonna cry?
And if I don't go, is she gonna be sad?
I'm gonna cry.
But then I'm kind of like, I'm dissing everybody else to go visit Sophia. That's kind of playing favorites. But then I'm like, Sophia's all by her lonesome.
I'm not the favorite.
But then I'm like, Sophia's all by her lonesome. And I'm pretty sure my mom would be like, yeah, go visit Sophia. But Sophia's working overnight on 4th of July.
Oh my God.
So then I'm like, fuck Sophia.
No, honestly, I know I keep saying it, but like I keep saying it just to be dumb. I don't think that you will come, you know? I'm not like in my head I have no expectations of you coming, but it's just fun to be like you know?
So anyways,
oh no, my nail's peeling.
Let me know if you guys think I should visit Sophia. I don't think I should, but
well, it's gonna be too late by the time this comes out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Let us know if what's it called? He should have come visit me. Yeah. I'm just saying because you know we're gonna have be together or whatever.
I didn't hear any of that.
Anyways. Yeah, I know. I love talking like that, like where it's like you can't hear what they're saying, just like you know, just fun. Oh my God! Does it sound like Lola? I was trying to sound like Lola.
Nah,
I've been watching Big Mouth. Oh my God! No, that was even worse. My God! I was like, damn, how are you doing better, Lola? But the voice actor for Lola isn't a guy.
And I'm also better at that shit than you. What are you talking about?
And you're a guy. Yeah, you are better at being a guy. You got a whole thing-a-ling. I don't. I got an inverse ding-a-ling.
Shut up. Sometimes Sophia gets stuck on bits and they're just terrible from the beginning. And she just keeps going with it. And I'm like, it's not getting any better. And then she tries to like salvage it. And not most of the time, it just doesn't become redeemable at any point. But anyways.
Nah. Oscar's crazy and I'm hilarious. And that's the end of that.
No, yeah, I always do. I've been doing the Big Mouth voices. Or some of them.
Oscar's really good at doing Big Mouth episodes. Okay?
Big Mouth voices.
Do the hormone monster.
I need to think of what to say because I can't just say the typical shit he says.
Okay, hold on.
So it's fucking weird. We tried. We can't get a rhythm. And when he's talking to,
okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay,
it's so funny. It's funny because because I was thinking of the episode. And it's like where Nick FaceTimes Andrew, and then he's like, "Yo, we're having a party. Come over." And Andrew's like, "Nah, I'm with Missy and her parents." And Nick is like, "Fuck Missy's parents." And then Maury jumps in. He's like, "We tried. We can't get a rhythm."
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What other character? Do Nick.
Do Lola? No, I can do like the actual like weird voices or the ones that are actual voices. Fine. You know what I mean? Lola.
Do Lola Skimpy like, again.
Oh my God, I'm fucking hungry now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
do Coach Steve.
Coach Steve, I haven't figured out Coach Steve because I could figure it out. I just haven't taken the time to go through it and actually work it all out. Where it's like,
well, okay, give us a before.
I could do Rick.
Wait, no, do Coach Steve. But then give us a before, and I'm gonna ask you again in the next episode, and we want to see progress.
I could just try and figure it out a little bit right now. Let me see. I'm trying to think of some shit that on the diaper bar. He kind of. It depends. Yeah, over by the airport. Nah, I need to figure it out because it.
Okay.
It also depends on what he's saying. I can do Rick. I can do Rick.
Do Rick.
The old raggedy hormone monster. And he's like,
yeah. Because Oscar's always been raggedy.
Hold on. I usually have to do this, but I don't want like to have all my chins coming out. You know what I mean?
We'll blur it. We'll blur that. We'll put like a happy face there.
You kind of like. Oh, you know what I love doing with Rick? There's an episode where Nick goes to tour the new school, and some crazy bitch that he has a crush on is like blackmailing some girl, or not blackmailing her, but like setting some girl up. And then at one point, Rick says, "Believe women," and then he's like, "Especially when they're super duper pretty," right? Because they're talking about the girl that Nick has a crush on. And so I always say that shit just by myself, where I'm like in my head, or anytime anybody says something along the lines of "believe women," I'm like, but you kind of like, you gotta like, you know what I mean? It's so funny.
Yeah, that's funny. What other ones are there? Which other ones could you do? Or is that it?
Those are like the Nick Kroll voices. There's also like the cop. John Mulaney does it, and it's the voice of JJ Bittenbinder, because he has a bit in his comedy specials where he talks about like a detective that used to come do like talks at his school, and it's the same voice that he does for the cop in the Big Mouth show, where he's like, "These hounds get hurt." No, that one I could try, because that one's more of a voice, but that one I haven't figured out either.
Okay, do the female hormone monster.
Oh, her? Oh, I've never done her before.
No, really like
say bubble bath.
Bubble baths.
I'm trying. Bubble bath. I don't know if I could do it high enough. Connie? No, I don't think I could get high enough for that.
Okay. Just kidding. I was gonna say something, but like I was saying. Anyways, okay. Good job. That was funny. Ask me to do an impression now.
Sofia doesn't do voices, so I don't even know what the hell I'm supposed to ask her.
I don't know what you're just. That's the point.
I'm just supposed to give you shit, and you just try it.
And I'm just gonna try it. Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be terrible. Anyways, we'll start. Do a British accent.
Oh fuck! I was ready for fucking Big Mouth, not.
Oh no! I thought I'd take
accent.
It easy on you. Okay. We can do Big Mouth. Well, let me see. What other?
No. You already said British. Give me a phrase. Tell me something to say.
What are you gonna do?
In British? What British person says that? Okay. What are you gonna do? No, that was horrible. Hold on. Give me something that sounds British.
Here's
at
the
least,
thing.
Okay?
It's a lovely day, isn't it?
Isn't it? I got the last word.
I'm like, you didn't even say it, you fucking idiot.
Because British, it's like you have to.
Here's the thing. In my head, this is what you guys don't know. In my head,
it's a lovely day.
I'm telling Sofia, say this in a British accent, and then in my head, I'm gonna be like, all right, now say it in an Australian accent, and she's not gonna know the difference. And then I'll be like, say it in an Irish accent, and she's not gonna know the difference, like on any of them.
She's
gonna say the same
good day,
shit.
Mate. Look, see, good day, mate.
Say it's Australian. A lovely day, isn't it? In Australian.
It's a lovely day in Australian, isn't it?
You're fucking dumb.
Okay.
The only accent Sofia can do decently is a southern accent.
And even then, it's like not on command. Like just every now and then I'll just start talking about it. I can't do a lot of things on command, actually. It's like
I also do. I was trying to think of like other voices that I'll do, or even just by myself. I like saying Wally, like just in my head.
Wow. I feel like being a voice actor would just be fun.
I feel like that should just be cool. Like just be doing a bunch of different shit all the time. Like trying this, trying.
Oscar, why do you always say British, Irish, and Australian for accents? Why don't you ever give me any other accents?
Because those are the only ones. Like, if I gave you other accents, I don't think you would even realize that they were an accent in themselves. Like that they exist. Me an accent. You know what I mean?
Like what? Like what?
Scottish.
That's all you're getting. That was horrible. You should just name this bit. Just be like, however long it is. Be like if it was like a minute, like 1 minute of Sofia being really bad at accents, and then just fucking just cut it to all of the things I'm saying with the word of what it is, like Scotty. You know what I mean? I think I did fabulous.
Anyways, so yeah, that's the type of shit. Like, if we had an audience and we had suggestions, like we could try.
Okay, guys, that's it for today's episode. If you think I did great accents, like, comment, and subscribe. If you think I did shitty accents, then go fuck yourselves. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oscar, wave goodbye. Oscar, no one wants to see the hairless under of your chin. Okay, wave goodbye. 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 Bye. He's not even waving, guys. What a schmuck.